Hey folks, welcome to the video. I'm Johnny and we're going to look at a really simple ORTON effect. This is going to be rough and ready, something that you can learn, that you can adapt and make your own. But this is just a basic thing in just a few steps. If you're not familiar with the ORTON effect is that kind of milky glow. It can be very much overdone, but this method is to keep it subtle and keep it nice and simple. So we're going to do this in Photoshop, but I just wanted to show you the journey that this photo has been on. So I took this in the Isle of Skye in Scotland. This is the Old Man of Storr. So this is the original photo. This is the edit, and then press Ctrl E and you can bring that into Photoshop. Once you're in Photoshop, you simply need to right click on your layer, duplicate layer. We don't care about the title, so that's fine. Then we're going to go to image, apply image. That's going to add loads of contrast to it. So we're going to click OK and go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Now a lot of people try and figure it out based on the megapixels of your camera, but that won't take into consideration the crop that you've made to the image. So I actually prefer to just do it by eye. This is too much. You want to be able to still make out the image. So I like to keep it quite low. That means you can apply quite a lot of the effect in the highlights without it being over the top. So this looks fine to me. So I'm going to click OK. Now I'm going to go right click, blending options, screen. So now we actually have the effect on, and now we just need to really dial it back. I normally keep it around sort of, about 30%. Because we didn't do a big blur, I'm actually going to keep it quite high. So we're going to turn it off. So that's the image before, and this is the image after. It's quite a subtle effect. Now what you can do, if you take your ORTON effect layer, click layer mask, that's going to bring in a layer mask. Now what you need to do, you can bring up the effect quite high in the highlights, just a little bit higher like this. You can see it's affecting all of this down here. So what we need to do is just paint black, keep this about 30%. Now I'm just going to paint out the effect down here and maybe up into the sky there a little bit, just basically in the more shadowy areas, and that means that we can get a bit more of the effect, and it's making those highlights glow a lot more. Now this image is essentially had the effect applied to it, and there's a few things that we can do afterwards. So what we're going to do is Ctrl S to save. Okay, so we're now back in Lightroom, and you can see the ORTON effect has been applied, but we've lost a bit of contrast and we've lost a bit of sharpness here. So all you really need to do is just bring that back. So we're just going to go up here, maybe bring in a little bit more contrast, and all you need to do is get up to about 40, and I'm just going to mask that as well, just so that if you hold Alt and drag the masking slider there, you can see what you're adding sharpening to. So now we've got back a bit more of the sharpness and contrast in the image. So I hope you found that useful. It's quite a rough and ready version, but honestly I think that you're better off learning a simple version of something and then adapting it to your style rather than trying to do these super complicated versions, because a lot of the time that is actually based a lot on the photo that person's got. So if you found that useful, I'd appreciate the likes, and if you want to subscribe for more of these videos, do so. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, I will put a link in the description. And thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoy applying the ORTON effect to all your own images.